What we gonna do? Goddamn. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. What we got going, man? I'm up in here, man. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1. Hold on, let me do my countdown. What up? What's happening, y'all? Hold on, man. Let me put I done took him out. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Hold on, we getting up in here. What's up? What's happening, people? I say, what's up? We gonna despooktify this concept right quick, man. Souls and spirits. Let's get up in here. Get myself together over here before we can get to the business. Mic check, man. While ain't nobody but us, TikTok. All the people and the employees of TikTok and the TikTok monitors and all of y'all. Hey, man, as usual, every time we get on here, man, we appreciate the platform and the opportunity to use it and get on here and connect with like-minded individuals. What's happening? What's good? What up, family? Kid, I see you, child of the Most High. Yeah, we cranking back up, man. We in here. I just got through eating. I was just telling Medusa, your boy been hungry, man. You know, they don't treat vegetarians good in them jailhouses, man. We have to make do with however we can in trafficking and trading and all this here. So I just ate me a whole vegetarian spread. I'm good and I'm full. And I went to flipping through TikTok and I seen my boy Charleston White talking about how the lottery is rigged up and the sports is rigged up and all the games that these people play with their system. And gave me some motivation to get on here and go live today. And despooktify some of these concepts as we deconstruct from these religions and these ideologies. We're going to despooktify the concept of soul and spirit today, y'all. So get in here if you want to understand the difference between what is a soul and what is a spirit. And we want to despooktify the concept and help us get a grasp and an understanding of what these terms mean outside of religious ideology. That's what we doing. Because people hear the term soul and they hear the term spirit and they go all into the religious realm and they go to Putin and farting and falling out, cartoonifying the concept and just displaying ignorance. And then trying to condemn people and psychologically condemn people to eternal damnation because they have put a religious connotation on these basic life concepts and terms of soul and spirit. So get up in here and also we're going to be talking about yesterday I mentioned the term degenerate. And I'm going to help you break this thing down and because some people going to say, well, why are you making it about race? I'm not making it about race. I'm making it about souls and spirits. And we're going to show you what we mean. So what is a soul? A soul is a light. What soul, the word soul, S-O-L and S-U-L, because you're dealing with people that love to play with these words, right? But the term soul mean light. That's what it means. Now remember, we got to take our time with this concept today. The term spirit mean breath. Okay? See, everything that have a breath of life in it doesn't necessarily have a soul or light or awareness. And then when we're talking about light, when we mention light, we're not talking about light like physical light, illumination, like that kind of light. We're talking about when we using the Bible and we talking spiritually, and we looking and we using the Bible again outside of religion. I'm going to use the book to describe these terms. Don't get mad at me because you have confined the meaning of the words and terms in these books to your particular religion or your particular religious ideology, as if these words and terms are confined to that. They are not. It's just what you've been psychologically programmed to look at it that way. So with the few people that's in here, peace, high vibrations, good health, I'm coming to you with the best of intentions to share with you some understanding and encourage and motivate you and to say, man, what can we do? How can we break free of this matrix? How do we break free of this system? By first reclaiming our mind, reclaiming the way that we understand reality, and not allowing our minds to be confined to a foreign ideology or concept of what's real, because they call it good or they call it right, or they threaten you with punishment, disassociation if you don't agree with their ideology, because it comes from degenerates. It comes from people without souls. So they can't teach you nothing. Let's get this understood. I'm going to speak plain, because what I don't want to do is go through what I went through saying, man, I wish I had said this and I wish I had said that. So I'm going to say everything that I can that I've been blessed to understand. I'm going to say it while I got a chance to say it, Jack. You hear me? Because I'm not going to have no regrets about what I should have said. How I said it, they might be looked at and investigating. But man, I'm not going to regret that I didn't put it out there. So, souls and spirits. God said, let there be light. Soul mean light. This is a solar system. You have a solar plexus. So the light is consciousness and awareness. In the highest form of consciousness and awareness, or light, is awareness or consciousness of the self. When you become aware of the self, not just from your physical body standpoint, but from your mental capacity, understanding that there are components and parts of life that are beyond what you can see, touch, taste, smell, or hear, but you experience internally. The more self-aware we become, the more empathetic we become, because we realize that the self is beyond the physical body, and you can start seeing the self in other people, in other organisms. This is a high form of consciousness, a high form of awareness, a high form of light. This is what it is to have soul. You are the light, the soul of the world. That's what soul means. Now, spirit is the breath. Everything that got spirit doesn't necessarily have light or awareness of the self, or their level of awareness of the self is limited to their physical self. And outside of their physical self, they cannot empathize. It is beyond them to do so, because they cannot think or perceive of existence outside of their physical selves. These are people that have spirit, breath, but no light, no soul. Let's go deeper, because when we talk about darkness, it is the absence of light, or the absence of a soul. So you got people that walk this earth, right? That have developed ways of mass destruction, of mass deception. They have developed ways to take life on a mass scale, and they celebrate this as an accomplishment because they lack empathy. When they do these things, they are demonstrating to you their lack of a soul. If they have spirit, they got intellect, they can breathe, they can move and shake. But as far as this thing called empathy, thinking of life outside the self to be able to maintain and sustain life, it is beyond them. They know how to deceive. They know how to destroy. They know how to practice greed. Very good at it. Highly, highly capable of taking many lives and making it sound very reasonable why they had to kill them babies. Yeah, they're going to give you a million reasons why they have to destroy these children and bomb them out of existence. When they do this, and we wonder, why are they like this? Why can they not see? They don't have a soul. I'm serious. That's what soullessness look like in reality. Warmongering, deception, whole religion, whole languages based on. See, these people are so sick. They are so degenerate. They are so soulless that they have developed an entire language designed to keep them from ever having to speak the truth intentionally. So every word they gave you got a double meaning. Sometimes the word sound the same but have opposite meanings because they don't like speaking the truth out their mouth. They hate it. And see, they know you are true, that you have a natural inclination to be truthful. So this is what they use to prey on you with their language. That's why they taught you their language and made you forget how to read. Because they want you to be caught up in their deception. They have developed, made ways and means of mass deception, these soulless degenerates. So the system that they have developed is designed to steal, kill, and destroy only by way of deception. But you don't understand what hate is because you think hate feel bad. Hate feels great. You can get a woman if you a guy. You can get a woman because you know hate is the absence of love. You need to get past the emotional, the feeling part of understanding this concept of hate. Not as the opposite of love, but the absence of it, so you can understand how this woman can sex you and all your partners and it feel absolutely fantastic. It can feel great. Hate can feel fantastic, but she can have no love for you at all, which means she hates you very much and is taking advantage of your weakness in the flesh. See, your enemy knows about your weaknesses. Mic check. Mic check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Make sure we good. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I'm looking at my screen and it look like it's glitching. Ooh-wee. So I'm trying to scroll through these comments and see if I'm good in these comments, cause all of a sudden my screen is just sitting here glitching on me. Maybe it may be the topic. It may be the topic. I might have done pissed somebody off. I ain't been on here 15 minutes. They already upset. Because I'm exposing everything about them as I can. You hear me? Hold on. Just checking these comments out, trying to scroll right quick because I see my screen just went crazy. There we go. Hold on. Let me pause right quick. So, don't know if y'all can hear me because my screen is frozen. As far as the comments go, like I can't scroll down and see. Say I can't scroll down and see nothing, y'all. But let me just keep going. Tap the screen right quick. I see some hearts come through if you can see and hear me, because I cannot scroll down and see my comments. So if you can see me and hear me right now, tap the screen and I see the little hearts come up and I know y'all can see and hear me. But if right on, that's what's up. All right, so okay, souls and spirits. Let's despooktify this concept. I'm gonna start over. Souls and spirits. I need y'all to understand these concepts outside of religious ideology. My screen is frozen. I cannot scroll and see the comments all of a sudden. Don't know what's happening, but it may be the topic. So again, let's start again. Soul mean light. That's what soul mean. Spirit mean breath. Everything that has the breath of life in it doesn't necessarily have the light in it. Okay? Let's help you understand this by looking at the Bible, because some of my people, if you don't read it out the Bible, show me the scripture for that. I'm going to show you the scripture for it. You might not accept it because you don't understand yourself yet, But if you keep listening, you will. It'll sink in. And I don't care what religion you practice. This is just the truth right here. As far as our development and creation process, this is how this goes. So a soul is a light. A spirit is a breath. Everything with a soul in it has the potential to create life, to produce breath, the breath of life. But everything that got a spirit in it don't have a light in it. Now, this light is awareness, consciousness of the self. Everything that's alive doesn't necessarily have awareness or consciousness of the self. And then even among the beings that have consciousness of the self, there are levels of consciousness. And some of us are only conscious of the self as it pertains to the physical body. But outside of their personal physical body, they do not have an understanding of life outside of that. And this is what we need for this thing called empathy. Because when you begin to have higher levels of consciousness and awareness, then you can see yourself not just in other people, but in other beings, in other organisms, in the trees, everything around you in the solar system. You will see yourself reflected back at you. But these are at the higher levels of awareness or consciousness or the soul, the light emitting. Soul is light. Spirit is breath. Everything with a spirit in it don't necessarily have a light in it. Now, it's the light that make you good. It's the light that's called good. If it ain't no light in it, we don't call it good. Well, let's give you a biblical example. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good. This light is nothing, it is not physical. This is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the most high self, the most high power, the most high God. The word God means powers. And light, according to the Bible, the highest form that was created by the Most High in the first place, the light consists of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, overstanding of the Most High, of our origins, that's where we come from. You are the light of the world, the soul of the world. Ain't no soul in it if you're not there. It's just empty and pointless because they work for profit. We work for love because we love one another and we love this existence and we love our creator and we've been blessed so abundantly. This is the reason for our work. This is the reason for the quality of it. We're not seeking compensation when we grind. When we grind, it's because of all that we've received. We want to share because we've received so abundantly. So the quality of our work and what it produces is different because we come with soul, as opposed to those that just work with the awareness of the physical self and they just come with the spirit, the likeness of light, but no real understanding of life outside of themselves and their own personal desires. This produces inconsideration, greed. How was the enemy able to conquer these gods and goddesses? Because your enemy, lacking a soul, developed ways of mass murder and destruction and unleashed it on the world for their physical and personal desires. They had no qualms about slaughtering whole civilizations. In the Bible is a record of their origins. These degenerates, how they went about stealing, killing, lying, cheating, and destroying in the name of their God and justifying it, calling it right. The tool of your deception. So let's help you understand who and what you are when you are called the light of the world. But we're not talking about like light, like you cut on the light, though. You are the empathy and the love of the world. You are the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of life and abundant life of the world. And so everything that you build reflected that. That's why it still stands to this day. But your enemy, what he built, it crumbles and deteriorates because it was only built out of greed or pride. So it crumbled over time. We just exposing them. Now we can see them. We just calling them out. See, when they came about, when all of the recessive traits manifested physically, listen to me, melanated people. When all of your recessive traits manifested physically, it manifested as unmelanated people. All of your degenerate traits, the worst of the lack of melanin, when it manifests in reality, it doesn't just manifest as degenerate melanin, it manifests as degenerate morality. When it say degenerate, I mean all your recessive traits. Like you are naturally loyal and honest, you got people that possess all of your recessive traits. I say, like you are naturally truthful, guess what? You got people that are naturally deceitful. It's in that nature. Because deceit is not the opposite of truth, it's the absence of it. And they'll say a whole lot to you. I'm talking about write you a whole book. It'll be a whole bunch of right, wrong, and good and bad. Won't be no truth in it at all. That it's beyond them to produce the work. They are completely degenerate. Okay, so look around you right now and you look at who is responsible for creating weapons of mass destruction and celebrating it as accomplishments. These are degenerate recessive traits. See, we are capable of sustaining life and doing it at a mass level. Creating life and doing so at a mass level is called nation building. And then you got those that'll come through and destroy entire nations and develop the means to do so naturally. Everywhere they go, they still kill and destroy, lie and cheat. I'ma say it again. See, you were taught their language because you're dealing with a completely degenerative group of people who hate to even have to speak the truth. So did they develop a language where they would never have to do so? Because everything that they develop in their language have a double meaning, a forked tongue. You dealing with serpents. And ain't no negotiation. We're not finna work with you to help make your system better or your ideology better because we know everything that you've ever brought to the earth is about destruction and deception and pride and ignorance. We want nothing to do with your system. We're going to expose it for what it is, and then we're going to talk about what the solution is. What the solution always been. We're going to use your book to demonstrate it. But first, let me help you understand how these people show you every day that they don't have souls. The deception, the mass deception that they practice, the mass manipulation that they practice, you call it television. It's all designed to distract from the truth. It's designed to entertain, to hold you in place for programming, to get you to do things that are outside of your nature and indulge. By doing so, when you do so, you empower your enemy who are completely unnatural. They don't like nature. They don't like things natural. So they make artificial versions of nature and then present them to you as a better alternative than what's natural. Or they make it what's natural out of your reach. It's too expensive, too far away. Ain't that many farmers markets where you live, but it's a whole lot of Dollar Generals and Family Dollars and Dollar Trees where you can buy food like products because you're dealing with degenerates. They degenerate the environment everywhere they go. They have intellect, spirit, the breath of life, but no soul, no light. So they don't sustain life. They don't do things to sustain. What they call the healthcare industry is to keep you comfortable while they slowly kill you. Take your life and your resources and your energy, because they don't do business with love. Ain't no love in nothing they do. And if it ain't no love, remember, hate is the absence of love. They don't have love, and nothing they do is for profit. That's it. Because you're dealing with degenerates. They have degenerate. We regenerate. Everywhere we go, they degenerate. Everywhere they go. All the way down to their language. When we learned their language, we forgot how to read. Because it bring you down a step when you get caught up in their spell. So let's help you understand by way of the King James Version, because you know King James dictate your reality. Yeah, he dictate, yeah, King James tell you what is and what ain't, what can be and what cannot be. And if King James don't put his stamp on it, it ain't real to you. So let's help our people. Give them the King James. They call it scripture. Let's give them some scripture. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw the light, that it was called good. So not only is light the first of God's creation, you are the light of the world. Not only is the light the first of the creation of what's called God or the powers, it's the first thing that's called, it defines what good is. God said the light, his light is good. Knowledge and wisdom and awareness of the Most High, this is what good is. It produces good because you see life beyond the self. Ain't no greed in your movements because I'm good. I don't got to do nothing to get good. I'm good. I'm come from goodness. I'm already good. Everything I do is because I'm good. But you got some people with no light in them. Man, they trying to appear good. They trying to do good to get some good. Just because they trying to do some good to get some good, let me know it might not be no good in you to start with. Because I'm coming from goodness. I'm doing what I'm doing because I am good. You see the difference? It's very subtle. Because, you know, everything that got the breath of life in it don't necessarily got no soul. Ain't got no light. So we ain't talking about intellect when we talking about light. What your enemy call education is memorizing our ancient observation and lying about it and trying to claim it as their own. That's what they call education. What we call education is to educe what's already within you and bring it out, bring it forth, to bear the fruit, let it shine forth, what's in you. Not to put something in you for you to adopt that as your ideology or your thinking. No, this is backwards. Your enemy work backwards because he don't have no soul. That's why he's so destructive. That's why he's incapable of true leadership in exercising natural authority. He must do so by force or deception. He cannot do it naturally because it's not in his nature to lead. He's a natural follower. He's a natural imitator. He can't create anything. It's not in him. In order to create, you must have soul, light. Let's help you understand. God saw that the light was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. What is the darkness? It's the absence of light. I tell people all the time, the Bible don't say nothing went on in the dark. It don't say that at all. Nowhere in this book does it say that nothing went on in the dark. But it does tell you that God made the light, and everything God did was in the light. And God called everything God made very good. And God dealt with the light, the soul. Because, you know, that's the real you. We deal with the real deal. We break down things to the essence. So the real you is the soul. And I'm only dealing with those that have soul. Because those are the ones that have light and in the light. And if you ain't got no soul and you, well, hey man, you don't exist. But we gonna take you too fast. We're gonna take our time. We talking about eternal. When we say you don't exist, like God see you as your eternal self. The eternal part of you is your soul, is your light. It don't set this first light that you come from. See, this light gonna get divided and sent out into the firmament to be the light of the world. Yeah, the light that you come from, it don't ever set. When you were created, because soul mean light. Look it up. Solar system, solar plexus. Suns come from the word soul, because that's what you are. It's what you look like, a light. But to the deaf, dumb, and blind, they only see you as a manifestation of the color, melanin. Because all light is contained in what they call black. It contains the full color spectrum. And that's what light is. It is all colors. Then you got your enemy who call himself white. White is the absence of light. White is an ideology. Don't get mad at me because you've adopted this ideology to identify yourself with. But the ideology that you've adopted classify you as the absence of light. It's what you call yourself. And it is fitting. It's an ideology. Don't get mad at me because you adopted that. But I'm talking to the people of the light in the light, help you understand what soul is, baby, and why it is that we put the soul in everything that we do. Add the salt and the flavor to it, because you got soul and your enemy don't. And you know it. And the promises and the inheritance are to the children of the Most High. This earth, this physical realm, and the natural rulership of it is given to the children of the Most High, those with soul. Our rightful place here is one in position of power, authority, and influence. That's why even at the very bottom of their society, who have the most power and influence than us, they watching us to see what we doing, what we wearing, how we talking, how we dancing. And then go run and imitate it and try to monetize what we do naturally. Because it's artificial. You're dealing with a degenerative way of thinking and existing. And we trying to step up out of the ways and ideologies of death. Backwards working, backwards moving, backwards worship, backwards thinking, backwards understanding. But this is what your enemy excel at. But let's keep going, man. I don't want y'all to get twisted. And if it does offend you, good. It's good. You need to hear this. You really do need to listen, because we just exposing the hate of the ideology and how usually hate and evil has within it the seed of its own destruction. So you expose yourself when you called yourself white. I didn't give you the name. You gave yourself the name. And then when we began to look into it, we found out that the word white is the absence of color. And we found out that black contained all color, which means it contained all the light. Meaning absorb and take in light. That means it black is literally light manifests into reality. Soul. And white is the absence of it. No flavor. No empathy. All you know how to do is lie, cheat, steal, kill, and destroy. It come natural to you. And when we get y'all together as a whole, man, y'all develop ways to destroy whole civilizations and high five and celebrate in the name of your God. Every time that you do it, though, when you come with these mass pandemics to get rid of millions and millions of people, you just demonstrate you ain't got no soul, ain't no light in you, no empathy in you, no love in you at all. So I'm just talking to the people that got soul today, how it's never gonna work. You'll never be able to interact and have a high, healthy quality of life dealing with degenerates because they're going to see your peace and want it. If all you got is peace in this world and they see you at peace, they going to want your peace. They don't give a damn if ain't nobody else at their job not doing nothing. If you not doing nothing, it's going to be a problem because you was chilling too hard. And they don't want you to have your peace. Boy, they hate that. Let me keep exposing these people by way of their book that they done put in front of you to deceive you with. So let me check you out. And God said, hold on, God called the light day. Wait a minute. Soul mean light. And if you got soul, then you are called the day. I told you it was your day, ain't it? Ain't it your day? Ain't it the present? This gift, don't we call the present today? It's because you in it. And you are the light of it. That's what you was made to be. Boy, your enemy know this about you. They know it about you. Ooh, and they hate it. But let me keep showing you why. Let me show you what they got going on with themselves. In the darkness, he called night, no light. He didn't call them bad. He didn't call them evil. He called them no light. Night, no light in you. I know the difference between mine, because mine got light in it. They got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of life. They naturally sustain and maintain life. Master builders, what they build stand the test of time. See, what we built before time was ancient when your enemy started to record his. I'm going to repeat that. What we built before time that still stand today was ancient when your enemy first started recording his story. Because remember, it took a while to completely isolate these genes, these recessive genes. It took generations and generations before we fell to the point of isolating all recessive traits. Not just physically, morally, spiritually. So if we got soul and we talking about our recessives, you're going to end up developing some people and some creatures that don't got none. And they degenerative in every way that you are generative. Where you are about life and produce life, guess what your enemy is about? Guess what he produced? Guess what his religion is about? Don't his religion consist of a symbol that is used of a slow, torturous death? Don't you gotta die, or somebody gotta die, or something gotta die to participate in the religion of your enemy? Yeah, let me show you where he come from with it, man. How he been deceiving you for a long time, got you worshiping and practicing death and afraid of life. Let's get down to the business, y'all. And God said, let there be a firmament. What? Let there be a firmament. Why? We're going to have a place to put the spirit. We're going to have a place to put the soul. Where is it going to be put? In the firmament. In the firm mind. The mint mean mind. I know they taught you that the firmament meant the sky, but we talking about your creation. Are we not? Is this not the creation narrative of who? The heavens and the earth. What do you consist of? Spirit, soul, and body. We're talking about your creation. Okay, well, if you develop head first, you develop mind first. Okay, so you got a mind. We're going to give you a mind in the midst of the waters. What are the waters? Symbolically, the waters are the spiritual beings, are the angelic beings. You got some of the angelic beings, some of these waters that are nourishing. They are like fresh water. Then you got some of these angelic beings, they look like they the real deal because they manifest as angels of light. But if you take them in, they going to dehydrate you. Can't take them in, but they'll move you because you can move on it. Anger sometimes will make you move. But if you ingest it, it'll actually produce toxins on the inside of you. So you can't really hold on and take in that anger. You can move off of it. But hey, man, can't do too much with it from the inside internally because, man, it'll mess you up. It's the opposite. It's the absence of peace. Peace might not move you. Peace might make you be still. But if you take it in, it'll nourish you. It'll cleanse you from all the toxins and the worries if you get at peace, Jerusalem. But we just gonna despooktify these terms to help you understand the difference between souls and spirits. As we're gonna use your book to help you understand. We're gonna deconstruct the book. So just like entertainment is to hold the mind, and the government is to control the mind, because every time you see the suffix "ment," it's talking about the mind. Well, the firm mind, it got to be firm because I'm gonna put something in it. I need to be firm so that what I put in it won't fall through, and what I want to keep out of it, it won't be able to just get in because we got the firm place of a point of separation between the waters, between the spirits. You know, you develop head first in a sack of water. The water that's inside the sack, then you got water outside the sack. Can't let the water that's outside get inside because then the baby might be harmed by it. Got to keep the water separate. The mind is the point of separation because we are developing head first. But I need you to notice something about this point of separation that's in the midst of the waters that divide the waters that's under from the waters that's above. Where is above? In is up. Out is down. So in is up. The waters that are above is the waters inside the baby. And the waters that are below the baby that's developing heads first in the sack of water are the waters that are on the outside of the developing soul. Now let's look at how I go. And God called the firmament heaven. The firm mind, a firm mind is heaven. Who-wee. Point of separation. Once it's firm, now you got heaven because, you know, God created the heavens. He didn't create the heavens from heaven. He created the heavens from the kingdom. But we talking about our creation and the firmament, the firm mind, that's what's called heaven. But let me show you how it ain't talking about no sky. Let's make sure you understand this. And it was so. And the evening and the morning was the second day. Where is it good? It's not called good. You remember when light was made, the light was called good, but this firmament, the creation of heaven, the point of separation between the waters, it's not called good. Why it ain't called good? Because the light, that's what's good. Ain't no light in it yet. Once the light is going to be put in it, when is that going to happen, y'all? On the fourth day. So until it's light in the firmament, it's not good. And if it ain't no light in it, ain't no life in it. It ain't alive according to the Most High. And spiritually speaking, it's not alive. What does this tell you? That you got people that's running around with a firmament, but it ain't good. They got a mind. In a firm mind that they are resolute about your destruction. I say they are resolute and firmly determined to see you destroyed and take your possessions. It's no doubt. They're not shook up about it. They're not going back and forth within themselves about destroying you. They are thinking of new ways right now to deceive you. Hell, you talking about? Firm in the mind about it. No light at all in the thinking. But they mean what they're about when it come to you and hating you in every shape, form, and fashion. They want to demonstrate their hate for you, their lack of love for you, their desire to profit from your ignorance, their desire to profit from your weaknesses or your vices. This is 24/7. But it's no light in the thinking. It's no light in the mind. But it's working. Sharp too. In the ways of death and destruction and deception. Every time they open their mouth, it'll be no truth in it. They're going to say a lot though. None of it's going to be true. Might be right though, but it won't be true. Let's keep going. Let me help you understand something else that's going on about the difference between those with soul and those that just have. Soul is light, spirit is breath. Everything with the breath of life in it does not have awareness of the self. Higher levels of awareness mean that you can see yourself outside of just your physical body. You can see you in the solar system. You can see you in the animal. You can see you in the trees and the grass. You can see you in the next person. And because of this, you will naturally love it and them like you love yourself, because you can see, you can know yourself. That's light. That's soul. Everything, but if some people, hey man, they can't see themselves in that tree. I'm finna cut that tree down. Can't see myself in them people. I'm finna drop bombs on them people. I only understand things or life or existence as it relates to me physically. And then only according to my desires. What I desire is right. What I like is right. What I don't like is wrong. Because I only understand reality relatively. These are your evidence of those that don't have souls, light in them. And when they demonstrate this to you, they also demonstrate to you their lack of ability to lead or exercise authority, because it must be done as a service of love. If ain't no love in y'all, you looking to do is profit and benefit you and your little crew, you are not fit to lead or exercise authority. And the destruction that you cause will be the evidence of it. Just showing you how your enemy work. So let's look a little bit deeper. Because we outside of time. I tell people all the time, because it'll be people sitting in front of your face in complete ignorance and say, the Bible say that the world is 6,000 years old. No, it don't. They just let me know you ain't read this book at all. So if you don't got no sun, you can't measure time. I'm sorry to tell you. We measure time by the sun and the constellations, y'all. That's how we know what time it is. Well, if ain't no sun yet, how you gonna measure time? Well, how you gonna say that the day is confined to a 24-hour period because that's what you relate to? I told you people with our souls can't understand reality outside of how it relates to them currently. Just as far as they can see. All they know is day is a 24-hour period. That's as far as they can see. So what the book called a day is what they gonna associate in their mind with a 24-hour period. But the book say God called his light day. And his light don't never set. Hey man, so how long was the first day? Well, it's not measured in time, it's measured in degrees, it's measured in completion. Because when they say the evening and the morning was the first day, that Eve is a clue. Eve is a clue. And morning is another one, because everything come back. It started with God. That is the powers, masculine and feminine energy. That's where it started, right? It's where it generated from. Okay, well, when it got back to that point, Evening and morning, masculine and feminine. Okay, well, you had your day. But it wasn't measured in time. It was a cyclical revolution. When it came back to the starting point, it's measured in degrees. That's when it was called a day. But it was no such thing as the sun to measure what you call time. So we understand life as cyclical. When we recognize cycles in our life, we are looking for growth because we are told to be fruitful. So we measure ourselves in growth, not time. And the growth process is cyclical. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Spring, summer. Check your Facebook memories if you think I'm lying. You was doing the same thing last year around the same time. Wasn't even conscious or aware of it, huh? Now, because this is how we measure those with souls. This is how we measure ourselves, our growth in degrees as we go along our cycles. And cycles manifest as circles. Circle is the base word for Circe or church, which is the body. And we are talking about the development of you here in this creation narrative, outside of the ideology of religious doctrine. We talking objectively. Everybody here can relate. You had the same birth process. You develop head first, mind first in a sack of water. Period. I don't care what you believe, who you believe in, who you give the credit to. It doesn't matter. This is how everybody come through this thing. So this is where we gonna base our understanding from, not from some relative ideology, because you might believe in Jesus, somebody might believe in the Holy Ghost, Yahuwah, Jehovah. I don't care about none of that. Whatever you call it. We just talking about objectively, this is how each and every one of us come through into reality, head first. All right, now this development of this firmament, we notice it's not called good. Everybody can see that. This is important. Let me show you why. God called this light good, but the night ain't called bad. The firmament that's developed, and it's called heaven. It ain't called good yet, though. So everybody that got a mind don't necessarily have a soul. Everybody that got spirit ain't necessarily got no soul, and you can't be good without it. I'm just saying what's in your book. So let's keep going. Let me show you what it means. God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together. And he said, God called the dry, it was so. The dry land was called earth, and the gathering of the waters was called seas. And then he say, let's produce this stuff, and it's going to produce some grass and some trees. But then he say, and God saw that it was good. So you see when he spoke the seas into existence, right? In the waters, in the earth, in the fruit and vegetation, when it manifested and he saw it, it's called good. We back to, but the heavens, the firmament, it was made, it was developed, called it heaven, the firmament, but it wasn't called good. Why? I told you why. Ain't no light in it yet. This just to show you, man, there's people running around here with great minds, wonderful intellect, but they can't use it to do nothing but express ignorance, arrogance, pride, and greed, justify destruction, murder, and mayhem. Justify it, make it right. There's no soul in it. There's no soul in their mind, no light there. We don't call them good. We just gonna go by examples of the Most High. And then God said, let there be lights in the firmament. You are the light of the world. Let there be lights in the firmament. Let there be lights in the firm mind of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs. What are the lights are? What are the lights for? To separate the day from the night. What's the day from the light? To separate the light from the darkness. Why? Because they do God's work. You remember God separated the light from the darkness? That's what God did. And I do the work of my Father. Everything I see my father do, that's what I do. I see my father separate light from darkness. I was sent to do the same. Where am I sent to do it at? In the mind, in the firmament, just doing my job. Excuse me. Thank you very much. So, and let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven. And he say, let them be for signs, so you can read signs. You don't need an alphabet to read the signs of the Most High, because the Most High operate with the Most High wisdom. And it's demonstrating the wisdom of the Most High and the superiority above your enemy. See, your enemy, to read his signs, you got to have his alphabet. You got to know his language. But those of the Most High, you need to observe and pay attention to the seasons in the cycles, because, you read signs. Man, it gets so deep when we talking about us. We just talking about us. Can we talk about us? Can we talk about us? I'm just saying. Mic check, make sure I'm still up in here. It made everything good. Am I still loud and clear? Tap the screen for me if you can hear me. Because I know I start going off. And man, I still can't scroll on these messages, y'all. Like, I cannot scroll. So if you can hear and see me, hit my screen. Yeah, they let me know I'm still up in there. That's all. I ain't doing it for no pat on the back. I already been patted. I just need to make sure I'm still live, because my message screen is froze. I cannot read y'all's comments. But so that's why I'm not answering. I'm not ignoring you. My screen is frozen. When I got on this topic, as soon as I started speaking on it, it went to glitching and playing games. You feel me? I just need you to understand we dealing with degenerates. All right, here you go. So these lights, God said, let there be lights, souls. Souls. Light means soul. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. Let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, the mind, to give light upon the earth. And it was so that your mind can light up your brain, and your brain can cause you to do the work on the earth that is a representative of the light that you are. So that everything that you do will be from love and because of love, and you'll build with love, you work with love, and you give because of love, and ain't nothing for profit, ain't nothing for greed, ain't nothing for pride, because I'm not seeking anything outside of myself to make myself better. I'm giving you the best of what I have received. It's just a polar opposites. Our existence and the reason we do things are come exact opposites of one another. We'll never be the same. We'll never look at stuff the same, ever. You understand what I'm saying? They can imitate, they can watch you, they can pretend, but what you got, they don't have and never will. You got soul. They don't got it. That's how they can look the other way at mass slaughter. They can rationalize it with ease, politicize mass slaughter. It's like with you, one being done is enough. One person being unjustly unalive, and just one, let alone thousands. You got people among you that can justify the eliminations of entire ethnic groups. And when they do it, they think they being smart and politically astute. But the only thing they are demonstrating is their lack of a soul. So you can despooktify these concepts of angels and demons. You got demons running around you all the time. I'm talking about smile at you. They are so nice to you. They hate you with a passion. They are incapable of having love for you. They'll love a dog or a cat before you. They are incapable of loving you. You need to understand this. Because you keep trying to find a solution how you can coexist and work with them. We are telling you, you got to come away from them. It's time to separate and let them have their system and get out their ship. It's sinking. It was designed to. They cannot support or maintain life without death and destruction. They cannot maintain positions of power or authority or influence without deception or coercion. Because it's not natural for them to be in those positions. Because they don't have no soul. All right, let's keep going. Got the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Let you know that these lights are not the same as the stars. The stars are in addition to the lights. Because soul mean light, and the stars are reflections of the lights that are placed in the firmament. Because you got lights in the firmament, and so those stars that you see at night are a reflection of the lights that are placed in your mind, your subconscious mind to be exact. This is where you get your reservoir of peace and mercy and grace and self-control when you don't know how you were able to control yourself, when you don't know where you got that answer from, that inspiration come. It came from your subconscious and the lights that are there, the soul. This will make you. But hold on, let me show you, because the point I'm trying to get to is this. And God, in the rule over the day and the divide the life and God saw that it was good. Now the firmament is in order. And now the firmament that was created on the second day, here on the fourth day, is finally called good because it's life in it now. It's soul in it now. It's knowledge, wisdom, and awareness of the Most High in it now. So now that firmament is a good place. But if ain't no lights in that firmament, it's not a good place. Because you got some very intellectual people. Their mind is working. It's real sharp, but it's not necessarily a good place. Because when we say light, we mean light in awareness of the Most High. Because the light wasn't so the Most High can see us. The light was so we could see the Most High and become aware. Because when we say see on the spiritual level, we mean to become aware of, to become conscious of a source of power higher than the physical self. And when we say higher, we mean, in is up. So we orient ourselves from that direction when we say higher. We mean the inner self, the highest most point from within. If in is up, right? And out is down, and we seeking the most high, and got to go the most in to get it. Because that's where the light is placed. It's where it's emanating from. So when we understand this and our purpose and how and why we manifest the way we do, we can readily see our enemies, even though they smile at us and pretend to be for us and with us. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We don't know what's going on. We have detected inactivity during your current live. Complete the verification. Man, what's going on? Verify to continue. Drag the puzzle. Oh man, they got me playing puzzle games in the middle of my live because they say ain't no activity on here. Ain't that something? Let me try to play with these comments, man, because I can't see the comments and I really would like to read what y'all saying on here, but for some reason, it may be the subject matter. TikTok is not letting me see y'all comments. Um, we'll try it again tomorrow. You hear me? So glad to see you again. It just stopped, y'all. Soon as I got on here and I went to talking about this topic. So let me just continue on. We're not gonna worry about it. It is what it is. We know what time it is. Uh so this is what we got to work through. The deception. You see how they play games when the truth start getting put out here? It's people on here that's playing pat. I'm not pulling no punches with these degenerates anymore. Like I need it to be known that I can spot them, I can see them, and I know they ain't got no position of real power or influence without deception or force. I know that their position of power and influence is not natural. They don't really hold none. And they hate when they look at me and don't see no fear. They hate when they listen to me and don't hear no fear. Boy, they can't stand it. But we're gonna make sure our people remove it. So what the solution is? They have created a system that is designed to drain you of your time and your energy and your resources. In the end, you will own nothing. You may have some dollars that are depreciating in value, but you won't own anything. We have come to understand that in order to alleviate ourselves from this constant struggle and oppression, we got to come out of their system. We have to stop being dependent upon their system. So the solution is we took it right out your book, Christians. We say we're going to form our own community that see to our own needs. And one of the needs that we have is to get out of this rat race, this rent race. And the only way we're going to get out of the rent race is to own the land that our houses are on. So we got to start from the bottom. So he said, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So the people must come together, get Caesar's money, compile all of Caesar's money that we can come up with, whether we got to sell some stuff, hustle or whatever, so we can give them their money back in exchange for a big piece of land. And then the people start developing that land, seeing to our own needs. And that's housing, it's food, it's clothes, for starters. Healthcare, being able to see to our own health. And the more that we can see to our own needs, the less we'll be dependent on their system. It just so happened the way this thing is naturally set up, when the people that got soul come together, what we produce is the most valuable thing in the world. They're going to have it because we produced it, and they can't reproduce it without imitating us and making an unnatural version of what we create. So they constantly watch us and monitor us so they can try to monetize things that we do naturally. They try to monetize everything as a way that they can benefit into their little Babylonian money magic game that they playing. We trying to eliminate the need for their money by seeing to our needs by way of possessing the land that we live on and eat from and controlling the means of production on it. We use our labor like we use our labor to go and work for them. We're going to use our labor to go and work for us and develop our own land. We can re-engineer anything that we get and then buy those components at a cheaper price and make it for our use. Long as you're not reselling it, you can do that. I said yesterday, listen to me. Buy you a solar panel. You get you an engineer friend, so y'all break down that solar panel and you see what pieces that you need to make your own. And instead of buying a solar panel, you buy the pieces of a solar panel. You're going to come out a lot cheaper. Then you make your own solar panel and you can use it, but you can't resell it by law, but you can use it. Hey, man, you can come up with your own ways to eliminate somehow. We don't need this part. They just got that in there to make you have to spend some money on that. And we can make it according to our needs, the needs of the community, because we eliminate the profit. We don't need the profit. We already coming from profit. We got us a whole pool of profit, and that's how we was able to get the land and the equipment. And then the things that we produce is going to be from the love of each other and the love of this existence that we got. Like, we are so thankful and so appreciative to be alive that, man, we going to make things from the abundance of life and understanding that we've been given. Because when we out of the rat race and having the tongue hanging out trying to get the rent paid, we can sit back and look at this thing and see, man, what do the people need? What can we make? What can we produce that the people can do? That way you coming from love. Everything that you make. Because you got soul. And then your book say that the wealth of the nations will be brought there. Because they're going to have the food we make. They ain't going to be able to get it like that nowhere else. The clothes we make, they not going to be able to get it like that nowhere else. The machines that we produce or that we fix, they not going to be able to get them fixed like that nowhere else. Don't nobody else move like that. Because it's the reason why we not looking for no profit. We not worried about no profit when we do things we do. Because we got soul. How you think those pyramids got built? You think they built them pyramids for profit? Or did the people want to demonstrate together their understanding and their understanding and their appreciation for what they understood? And built a monument and a testament of what can be done together that still can't be matched. That was ancient when our enemy started recording his false, phony, fake story that he only got from observing us. What did your enemy do that we didn't do? Your enemy was willing to destroy on a mass scale. The book tell you about it. He say when they went to war, they tried to leave nobody that was alive. Why? Because they was taking over people's culture. They didn't have no culture. They didn't want nobody alive left to say, no, they didn't invent that. That ain't their way. That was our way. Won't be nobody left alive that knew the truth. That's how they do it. They haven't stopped. But we've been running around caught up on what they call good. So we've been calling it good. Well, God said, kill all the heathen. Amen. And we've just been falling out. It was good because God said to do it. There it was. You ain't never looked and see, man, is this stuff true? Is the interpretation the truth? Or is the interpretation an attempt at deception? Is the interpretation an attempt to justify genocide and theft? But they had to get you to call it right. Because what you say goes. Long as they get you to call it right, it's going to go here. Till you accept who and what you are, they're going to keep doing it. Till you stop participating. So all these people that look like you and act like you, but don't have no light like you, they ain't got no soul. Then those that are your recessive, that possess all of your recessive traits, they don't even have no business being in a position of any authority. And all they can do is find reasons and ways to go to war. They show you every day that they not qualified to lead nothing. But until you stop calling them right and good, they're going to keep doing it. Until you say enough is enough, we can come together and do better for ourselves by ourselves. We don't need y'all for nothing. I'm talking about we don't need your religion. We don't need your medicine. We don't need your science. We don't need your war, because everything that you have came from us in our observations, being put to use for your profit, your pride, and your wars. Why would we continue to do that? When we can take our money, instead of buying your products, we can take your money and buy our land with it. Which one make more sense? We don't got to keep doing this. We really can come up and see the play. And then that means when you buy some land, you just bought yourself a whole bunch of work. Because, we got to put some work in to make that purchase profitable for the people to be able to see to the needs of the people. We got to put some work in to be able to feed ourselves and house ourselves off that land. We got to work it together. And in the system that they got set up, what we do to develop it gives it value, more value. Meaning the wealth of the nations, here they come trying to get some of what we got. In Acts chapter 2, when it was done, it was called the early church. But this don't have nothing to do with religious ideology. Man, I really want to read these messages, y'all. And I'm gonna keep repeating it, that when I began this live and I started talking about what I was talking about, the comments froze. And it's because of the subject. When I started talking about the degenerates and those that possess all of your recessive traits, comments froze. When I started talking about the ideology of whiteness, and like, man, don't get mad at me because you identify yourself as the absence of light. It's an ideology that you didn't have to adopt. You don't have to consider yourself as white. I know it's normal. Just because it's normal don't mean it's natural. Just because it's normal don't mean it's true. White is an ideology. Man, I'm spitting and stomping all up and down on that ideology, shitting on it. Yeah, it's a silly, stupid ideology and a silly, stupid way to identify oneself. Don't get mad at me because you adopted it without thinking about it. I don't let you identify me neither. But I got sense enough to know when you call me black, what you actually calling me is light manifest. Because that's what I am. When you call yourself white, you calling yourself the absence of light, because that's what you are. By your own identification, not me trying to shit on you, and this is what you call yourself. I just know what it mean now. I didn't used to know what it meant. Now I know what it means. And when I woke up to who and what I was, man, I started acting like it. I started coming through like it, and it made me a threat to your entire establishment. Made me a threat to everything you about. And I love it. I wouldn't have it no other way. Hey, man, if I wasn't a threat, you wouldn't be always at my throat every time you get the chance, would you? Man, I bet I never fear you, ever. And I know I'm immortal too. Ooh, wee. So, man, I'm not even in no hurry. I know it's going to happen incrementally, piece by piece, a group here and a group there. Before you know it, man, it's going to be little groups of people buying land and doing their own thing and seeing to the needs of the people around them, and to the point where people going to start asking, man, what we got these politicians? Why we got them here? What they doing? With our tax dollars, if these people with no federal funding are seeing to our health care and providing clothes for single mothers, and they providing education, and they providing healthy food options, and they providing no cost housing and living, like, man, hold on. They say we can come live with them in exchange for work. Like, if we come work the land and help them develop the land, they'll give us a place to stay on the land that they own and develop, and we don't have to never pay no rent. Man, hey, the government ain't even doing that. Those people should be the government, huh? Those people should be in control of all. Yeah, we're going to bring the wealth and drop it at your feet because you're going to demonstrate that you are the natural ruler and authority figure of it. By way of your soul, your light. Because soul mean light. Spirit mean breath. Everything that got the breath of life in it don't have no soul. And it don't mean it don't have no light in it. They can't understand life outside of it being relative to their physical self. That's why they love to steal, kill, and destroy and have no qualms about it. They are your recessive in every sense of the word. They lack. What you have, they are completely absent in everything, including morals. They don't get it. They'll never get it. They love to steal, kill, and destroy. Only thing now they've added, they like to call it right. They like to justify their theft and deception and destruction as righteous in the name of their God, their religion, the backwards teaching of who and what you are. Their religion is based off you living backwards, which is evil. To live backwards is evil. They playing a big word game with you. I'll say they can't stand me, y'all. When I say they can't stand me, I mean it. I love it. When I move, they move. The monitoring is so real, I can't even scroll on here to look at y'all comments. Do you hear me? So I'm not gonna stay long. I had to just come drop that for the people. Appreciate y'all hitting the like, because that's the only way I know y'all can hear me, because you know this thing gonna keep playing games. So those that's tapping this screen, that's just letting the monitors know that we got action going on over here. That I'm not just sitting here staring at the screen or holding up a sign or whatever it is the people get on this platform to do with their time. That I'm on here serving a purpose. But because I've reached a point of revolution, meaning I'm back to where I started at the beginning, that means that's a whole degree, and that's time for me to get ready to end this live. I will post it though. Make sure I post it on my YouTube channel. I'm going to probably post the last few because it was a 3-week hiatus. But I'll still make sure I post those last ones before that 30 days is up. But yeah, I just wanted to despooktify the concept of spirit and soul today. Remove it from religious ideology and cartoonifying it, because I get sick of hearing my people cartoonifying these concepts. All right? If you got nothing else from this live, understand from this point on, soul mean light. Spirit mean breath. Everything that have a spirit don't have a soul, because everything that have a spirit don't have a light in it. Light is awareness of the self. Everything that's alive is not aware of the self. And then on the awareness of self is degrees in that. Because awareness of the self is awareness of the most high self. The most high power, the most high you, Yah, God, whatever you want to call it. This level of awareness makes you able to see self in everybody and in everything. And because you love self, you love everybody and everything. You're going to make sure that you maintain that and represent that to everybody in everything. The love of the self is why I demonstrate love for you. And those that don't have no soul lack this ability. They are incapable of seeing themselves outside of this. They will destroy you with a smile on their face and think they doing right, because they can't see past their physical self. They got no soul. They have no awareness, because that's what the light symbolically is: awareness, consciousness. So now you know the difference. When you walk among people that are just spirits, they're alive, they got the breath of life in them, they got intellect, but no soul. Now you understand why you got people among you that can sympathize and empathize with cats and dogs, but'll let you starve to death and justify bombing entire ethnic groups, but'll go save a dog like it's no tomorrow. No soul. Zero. So when you see this and you hear it, these ain't your leaders. These ain't your influencers. Don't let them be your stars. Because, those are for signs. Don't let them be in positions of authority over you, because they have none. And the only way they can have it over you is if it's by force or deception. It ain't natural that they are there. But you are a natural leader. When you walk in the room, I don't care what title that you hold or don't hold. When you walk in the room, you are the light of it. You are the leader. You are the one everybody's going to look to, and they're going to follow your lead naturally, because you're the one with the soul in there and your light is bright. This is natural. You can't be taught or about. You are born into the kingdom. You represent the family. You are about the family business. We are light givers, light bringers. We separate light from darkness. We serve as signs. We let you know what time it is when we show up. Party don't start till we get there. Here you mean. This is just all in evidence of who you are, and the fact that you got soul and you got those that are around you that they might just have spirit. So he say that you ought to be a light for them if they allow it, and they recognize who and what you are and don't despise you for it. But they're going to naturally imitate and follow you, whether they do so willingly or begrudgingly. You are going to set the tone. They might sit in the cut in the dark and observe and try to see how to monetize what you do naturally, but they won't be able to reproduce it. Only imitate. Just showing you how your enemy like to play. Why he's falling from positions of power, because people are starting to wake up, letting our light shine. Be who we are created to be without waiting on permission. We not asking you for nothing. What I look like asking you to give me equality. I wish I would ask you for some equality. Say, well, I'm not them. Yeah, we not them. But I bet not ask you for no equality or equity. No. I'm going to encourage and motivate our people. Hey, y'all, the hardest thing we got to do is organize and come together. That's going to be our hardest task. Us all coming together and organizing. But once we can do that, man, we start moving as a unified group, nothing going to be able to stop it. And then we moving from love. We not looking for greed and what I can get. We doing it because of what I got. And this is what I want to share with the world, because, be fruitful and multiply. That means to bring forth. You're not bringing it forth and multiplying so you can get more. It's because you produce so much. I got to give it away. Ain't no room for it on the tree no more. It just got to fall off. And even then, when it fell off, it's just going to create some more, man. Hey, man, when the leaves fell off the trees, it wasn't because the tree done bad. It was time for the tree to rest from all the fruit it was bearing. Because, we immortal, right? Ain't no fear in us. Fear is the absence of courage. Encourage is what we doing. Encouraging. Let the dead bury their dead. And all that good stuff, because some of our people only understand it if we put it in religious context and, oh man, play patty cake with it like this. So I'm about to end this live. Hopefully the next time I come on here and go live, they'll let me look at y'all comments. But today, y'all, they said, no, we not letting you look at no comments, and we not letting you. I see the guest request and I'm hitting the button, but it's not letting me bring on no guests either. So it's a beautiful thing, y'all. Yeah, next time we'll be able to get in there and see more of y'all comments. Yeah, so get at Medusa if y'all want to know how you can participate or how you can speaking through the veil. Now it's moving. Now that we I'm not gonna play with these people. Get at Medusa if you interested in linking up, participating, contributing to what it is that we are doing, because we are solution oriented, light camera action based. We about moving and doing. We ain't about complaining, bitching, boo-hooing. I don't care what religion that you practice. You can be a Christian, Jew, Muslim, atheist. If you're tired of this system and participating in it and working for compensation that's depreciating in value while you work for it, we are talking about solutions. So you can get at Medusa if you're interested in hearing about what solutions that we're coming with and how we moving on those solutions. But when I get on here with these lives, I just do a little bit of deconstructing, because I understand that our people have been taken captive mentally, psychologically, ideologically, by way of what's called religion. Spooktifying these concepts called God and Christ and soul and spirit, and not really understanding what the terms mean outside of their religion. So it is the hopes and desire that once you understand these terms outside of your religion, we can apply them realistically. We can apply them in real time, in real life. That way it becomes wisdom and we can see it manifest, so that it'll stop becoming a belief. Where do the faith come in? Faith come in this power that we experience by faith. My expectation and my hope is that it will remain as good or even better than what I've experienced so far. And so far, what I've experienced, I cannot express in words. This thing called existence and life. But as I look upon it, and as I've lived through it and experienced it, I can say that it has been good. And that the source of it is the source of the goodness. And then my hope and expectation is for that to get better and better and better. That's where my faith come in, because I have yet to experience tomorrow. You know, it's always now. But right now, I'm good. Everything that I need, I have right now. I have no want of anything right now. So by faith, I'm knowing that it get better and better. I'm expecting it to get better and better and better, because all I have experienced is the best. But I'm not spooktifying no concept. I'm talking about what I have objectively experienced. I'm not talking about a report of a miracle of somebody that may or may not have existed thousands of years ago. I need none. I can go off of the existence that I'm experiencing right now as miraculous. I need no further proof of a higher source or the benevolence of it than right now. I'm done letting my enemy play word games with me, power games with me, fear games with me. I'm done with that. I don't care if you call it crazy, you agree with it, you like it. I'm done with that. I'm going to give abundantly and share what I've been given. Hey man, while I was in jail, I didn't make stove not one time. You hear me? But it wasn't a day that went by I wasn't able to give somebody something. Because of self-control, you know, food for the belly and not the belly for food. Because of self-control, man, I'm already tired of getting peanut butter sandwiches, because that's all they would give me. I started giving them away. Hey man, y'all want some sandwiches? How this man done go to the store, ain't never went to the store, give food away every day. People that's going to the store every day ain't got nothing to give away. How that work? It's called soul. It's called being aware of the light in you and always being and producing and being fruitful. Wherever you are, through whatever mean, and wherever I'm planted, I'm going to bear my fruit abundantly. And I'm not doing it to get nothing in return. Matter of fact, I'm looking to give food to people that I know they ain't got nothing. This is who I'm looking for. Make sure that they get something extra. And we're going to do it every night. It ain't a day gonna go by that I'm not gonna be able to do it, because the self-control was able, the self-control, which is the soul, temperance, one of the fruits of the light. When I exercise self-control, it produced extra. I wasn't hungry. I don't want it. I got hungry when I got out and everything was available. Here come the cravings. I was eating some of all my favorite foods before I done this live, because I've been 3 weeks and I ain't have no access to them. Oh man, when you start understanding this thing, it get beautiful. You understand? Sometimes, man, we ain't just talking. This is war. This is a sword. My tongue, yeah, it's a sword. We cutting. Yeah, yeah, give it to them. People eating and benefiting from this right here. Oh, okay. Now I understand the soul and the spirit thing. I'm glad you broke that down and made that simple. And you so right. It's always some people around here, they got a lot of spirit of life in them, but it ain't no soul in them. Now you can tell. So yeah, man, look deep at it. Make sure you understand what's happening. Quit letting these people spooktify everything and get you to believe in ghosts and have faith and believe in things that they have no understanding of themselves. Quit letting these people play with you, please. Come together, y'all. That's where it starts. Whatever we gonna do, wherever we go from here, it must start from us coming together. Your enemy worked really hard at keeping us from organizing. They don't want, they are to the point where they criminalize our organizations and demonize our organizations. They hate when we organize. They always want to monitor and see what we're talking about, what we're meeting about. They want to know. When we come together, it's a threat. Ask yourself why that is. All right, y'all. Peace and love.